Tuesday the 21st of May 2024. Your trip includes luxury transfers, bed and breakfast at the 4-star Carlton Hotel Blanchardstown, your standing ticket to the show, and a shopping trip to Dublin city centre the following day. Find out more on the outlet at highlandradio.com or call us on 074 91 25000.
There you go, talking away to myself. I forgot myself. Right, Jimmy joins us here. Is that Mike Wogan there, Jimmy?
1, 2, yeah.
Ah, there we go. Right, you're welcome back. 20 minutes almost after 9 o'clock on a Monday night. I was just wondering, I was Aidan doing Elvis. Elvis would have been 89 today if he's still living.
Wow, I'm sure he's going to play some Elvis anyway.
He's dead longer now than he was alive. It's fascinating. But he
shouldn't laugh, sorry.
No, I know it's not laughing, but they're bringing him back again, you know.
Yeah, the fact that he's artificial intelligence.
I don't think it'd be him. No. But I'd be very interested to see what way it goes. I don't know if it'd work or not. I know it worked very well with ABBA, but
they did all the moves, as you said. They did the moves, ABBA.
They done all the moves, you see, and then they recorded all that fancy Joe stuff, as they say. But anyway, enough of Elvis. It doesn't matter too much. You've joined us, Jimmy. It's nice to be back again on Monday night, isn't it?
That's great, Paul. And we ended the year on a real high, didn't we? And I suppose when you think of just the way it ended, it
was just icing on the cake, really. Miriam Bradley we're talking about, and everybody, and I mean everybody, even people with no interest in music, is talking to me and about it, and we're getting emails, we're getting.
She was on another national show this morning. I was getting texts from all over the country, people who know me and know you, and saying tune in. So, but you know, like going back, you and I have discussed it over coffee with other people, like 10 years, and like Paul, there's been some amazing people on the show, and people who were shy about coming on and chatting and just came and did it, and you know, they've told us afterwards that under confidence the world of good, and that's what you want to get out of the show, really. Do you know? I mean,
exactly. Do you know? And we talk about that before. We say it's part of the package. Your radio and having a chat to people and people, because equally as good as your singing is, you still have to engage with the audience between the songs, you know. And I think probably it comes with experience, you know what I mean. But it's very important. But anyway, the Miriam Bradley story was just something else, wasn't it? It really was.
I mean, and Paul, I think for people maybe that didn't hear that Monday night, you know, it always luck for us really in some ways because of the extra hour. But you know, and Miriam told the story herself, and her dad John, lovely people, and you know that she was nervous about coming on here, and John sat here on my right hand side.
That was her first radio interview.
It was, and like at that stage, you know, there was things in the offing, and like I just remember New Year's Eve, Paul. I mean, I sat up, and as did millions of other people, and we were all just waiting for Miriam Bradley, and he'd announced Ruby Turner and Joss Stone and Sugar Babes, and I was like, oh, bring her on.
I know, Rod Stewart.
And then she just came on, and it was probably the most surreal, I don't know how you say it, like the feeling that I've, you know, in terms of seeing somebody that...
Yeah, it was, to me, it was just summed the whole last 10 years up. It just really, I always remember, you know, at the time at the start we were saying, I wonder will we ever discover or see anybody, you know, and this is it. It's absolutely brilliant. And as you say, Jimmy, she's a lovely girl, a lovely family, and very grounded, and she will be too. But to get the Jules Holland gig is something else.
It's
you know.
I was talking to Matt McGranahan at the weekend. You know, I mean, she's leapfrogged Ireland at the stage into a world stage, and you know she's got a great team around her as well, Paul. You know, and I mean, you look at Terry McGinty, the studio that she recorded, and you and I were there last week, and you know, and delighted for Terry and all the recording artists, the studios around Donegal and Northwest, and Paul earlier on.
Exactly, because you're right. We were talking to Paul there, Paul Casey. Paul does his own producing and stuff, and these people have been chipping away for years.
Yeah,
and they're kind of like the unsung heroes, if you know what I mean. And they've evolved, and their styles is getting better. And there's no better man than Terry. And Terry has recorded and produced for loads of people. But not only that, as you say, we were up last week and we had a lovely chat with him, just sitting.
But even to hear the process of that album, it just doesn't happen in a month. I mean, he started in April 2021 or June 21, and over a 2-year period, you did a take and you parked it and did another take and you parked it, and then you come together and you've 10 or 12, and then you've a record company who says, right, let's and like that process, like it sounds like a lifetime of 2 years, and then to come and just
but you know the thing about it, it's so natural, and we spoke about this. I believe myself, I remember the Nathan Carter thing, when Nathan Carter came on the scene with Wagon Wheel. I believe it opened country music to a younger generation, and he led that because he was a younger person, which is great to see. Absolutely brilliant. And everybody was evolved with country music, right?
Yeah.
I have this feeling that Miriam Bradley is going to bring that style, because that music's been dormant for young people.
Yeah.
You know, like we've talked about it, you haven't done it in Spotify. I have always had a love for that style of music. I love it. Do you know the thing I love? There's a great passion with it. It's a very working class thing.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's from sort of Black America.
Yeah.
People that had nothing but they had music, you know. And I think she's going to bring this style of music to a younger audience, and I look forward to seeing that. I really do.
Yeah, and like I was on last week covering a show for 3, you know, I did a mix and match, and I texted her dad John. I said, John, can you give me a few artists that I can link Miriam? So he sent me 3 or 4, like Mississippi John Hurt and Eric Bibb and all. And I just went in and I played a few. And my God, I was brought to another, as you said, I said, another world.
Big Mama Thornton, I told you about her, didn't I?
Yeah, and I went home and actually and then what it does, the system brings you into another world altogether, because it knows you're listening.
Exactly.
And I was going into this world of music that I thought, I never knew this existed. And she has, like a 17-year-old has bought, like as I think it was Pat Gallagher said to me of the Goats, you know, Pat said, you know, Miriam was on this earth before. I thought it was a brilliant.
That's a nice line,
isn't it? You know, and I just think, Paul, you know, we're talking, but I think it gives a lot of confidence. Even Terry would say to me, you know, the music. You know, he used the phrase last week that, are we seeing a revolution in Irish music in Ireland, and especially in the Northwest, that this could catapult it in. I mean, you've seen the Facebook, right, on Highland Monday Night Sessions. Wow. I mean, we're talking, you quoted figures earlier on, and it's not all about the figures, I know that, but when you look at the comments, I'm talking thousands of comments where people have said, where's this girl from? And somebody says Donegal, and Donegal is on the map now from a musical perspective.
We tapped into that, as you say. If somebody writes a comment, and I was going through them and I was typing to see who this person was on Facebook, right. And they're in America or they're here, and there was some very talented musicians.
That's right.
That were making comments, which I noticed. You know, and it's brilliant. I think it's just the music, that style of music has just arrived. You know. If you look into them videos, I told you before, I have a guitar in the house, a 3-string cigar box. Yeah. And that's how poor things were for them people. They had a cigar box and they turned it into guitar. Wow. And it's only 3 strings. It's 3 strings or not, I still can't play it. Wow. But I love holding it. But that was how the impoverished that music was. Yeah. And they had a passion, and they were, you know, it's just amazing, and I think it's just brilliant credit.
And I think, Paul, maybe one thing we could say as well, that if you know, if you are considering coming up to us on Monday night, you know, and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm not at that level, that's not what it's about. And I think we need to, you know, like, you know, we got a call 2 weeks ago, or an email on our email from somebody up in Ballymoney. Yep. And they're bringing their daughter up, and really they watched the show and listened, and said absolutely delighted, and that's what it's about. And you know, she'd love to perform on radio, and brilliant stuff. So we'd encourage people to get in touch. And
the door's open here. The door's open, and get in touch with us, because it's about spreading the music. It's nothing to do with us. We're you know, as I say, we do 2 hours. We like comfortably having 2 artists on. It gives more time for
it does.
Get a bit of music in, but we've no problem doing 3. Like if someone wants.
And now, look, sure, you and I, we're talking to all the record labels across the world. Do you know what I mean? You know, they're just.
But for the train one also.
But it's brilliant, Paul, and I think your interview, and I snipped out some of that interview. You would have seen we posted stuff, but there was even a 30-second bit at the start. Check out our Monday Night Sessions. I put that up. I just think in some ways it's just historical what you said, and then just to see that. But you know, it's brilliant. So it was just a lovely interview as well that night, I think. And
it was a lovely conversation, and as I say, we recorded it up. And it was a series of events that made that interview happen, because because that was a night that we had an extra hour that we only found out about, and we had 3 acts already in that night.
That's right,
and
yeah.
because we had the extra hour, we were able to accommodate, delighted to accommodate. It was the best thing happened, you know. So.
And I must give a shout out to Pat Mead in Cove, who prompted me on that Friday night when I was listening to a band called The Burma in Cork, in Cove.
Cork, aye.
Pat said to me, have a listen to this girl, and I was like, oh, how has she escaped us? And anyway, that's how things happen, because you meet somebody in the streets of Strabane and they say, Paul, have you listened to this? And you say, give us.
You do, actually.
That's how it.
And that's what we want. Stop us and say this, and there's somebody there. And as I say, we work on it. But the problem is sometimes you find some people contact you and say, listen, we're doing something in 2 weeks' time. Can you? And that adds a bit of pressure to the thing, because we don't want to do, you know, we want to help out as much as we can, we artists. And like it's an honour to sit here at nights on a Monday night, and the talent, I've been in total awe, and I've said that, you know, that we have up here now is world class.
Absolutely, yeah, and we're going to see that. But look, it's brilliant, and we're
looking forward to hearing Muireann in the Cobblestone on the 3rd of February.
Yeah, we were lucky that night. Well, I think you and I said to you, I'm going to book tickets, knowing to what was coming, and that was and I went in, and I booked 6 tickets, and and I've just seen online people are gunning to get the tickets for. I think it's a small venue. It is, because I've been there, and that's the Saturday the 3rd, and
we're really looking forward to that. It's just nice to get down. Haven't been in Dublin in a wee while.
Yeah, it's a love. That whole area now is beautiful, and the Cobblesmith Field, so it's lovely, and that venue is Cobblestone. It's a hugely traditional bar.
So we're going to flatten it there not so long ago.
That's right.
But that
was a big. So we'll be reporting on the 5th. Well, no, this is bank holidays. We won't be on the 5th, so we'll have to hold the reports till the 12th.
We'll be down by a camera crew and all doing this. We're looking forward to that. But
RT following us that night as well, which is great.
But the album, as I say, it's an absolute belter of an album that kept these old blues. And we'll just finish. Jimmy, thanks very much.
Thanks, and
take a few tracks, man. Will you? Take a track. This is Muireann Bradley. Absolutely class.